Hello everybody and welcome to the Fancy Squad. My name is Buzzers and today we're watching a replay of one of my matches from the ladder. It's a very simple, basic Terran vs Zerg game. And today I want you to show how to look at the vulnerabilities of your enemy and take action upon them. One of the biggest parts of Starcraft 2 is using the mistakes your opponent makes, and knowing what mistakes he made, you can very easily win and get ahead of your enemy. It's still the same pretty basic builds I use most of my games, with a few Reapers, Scouts very early on, but not using an SCV Scout. You could do that and it would help in some scenarios, but overall don't think it's too necessary. As you can see, the opponent is scouting with his probe, but unfortunately it's a 1 in 3 chance, so I'm not too worried about it. And if I would be, I block this off with my wall and another supply depot instead of building these barracks. 3 gas, drill my refinery, to pump out some Reapers when the barracks are ready, as I should be building any moment. There, that's the first Reaper. Command center will be upgraded in just a while. And as you can see, the opponent is doing kind of the same, but it's taking a lot more slowly. Something you can see just now with the building he has, but then I could not know the time of play. He's still scouting, and lucky for us, he picks us last, which is just a bit of chance. SCV ready. I want to lock on him. I'm still getting kind of used to the spectator mode. Sorry for that, I do make a few mistakes. Right here, I scout what he has. I see he's got 1 base mining, the gateway, cybernetics lab, nothing too weird and special. I miss micro my other Reapers. I could have engaged a lot earlier, but that isn't too bad. Knowing he hasn't expanded, I'll take my expansion. And I'm not too afraid because I saw what kind of units he has. And I'm pretty confident I won't be overrun in the next minute or so. I sent 2 of my Reapers across the map, waiting to scout some more. Oh, sorry, my mistake. I wanted to get this one. Wrong button. That's what I'm saying. Getting used to the observer mode. Bit of delayed Reaper action. As I send them away. I check, does he finally have Nexus, second Nexus? He does, but it's very late, on 4 minutes, almost 4 minutes, so I try to kill a few more drones. Finally reacted, and I know I can't beat it, just 2 Reapers. Took the gamble on maybe I can slip through this pylon, but with his mothership core, it was no use. We do have more army at the moment. It's cheaper, but we've got some marines, and we should be able to withstand any basic aggression he could be saying to us now. Just playing it safe and focusing on my upgrades. Well, I will be focusing on my upgrades. just a minute or so. That is something I do need to improve. But I still really make very efficient use of all my minerals and gas. So don't have a lot of spare room for that.
Additional supply depots required.
I am getting supply blocked. Building supply depots and one of the other things I'm working on. As you can see, this income is very low. Most of the time, Terran has less SCVs, but we've got our mules, so it's not that big of a deal. It balances out, but it was very slow. Something I saw when he had a delayed nexus. For no really good reason. He didn't have a lot of army, so I knew I'm ahead. He made some mistake in his build order, which is good news for us. I am getting ready to move out, focusing really into my army, killing one of his flying units that he probably used to scout with, which I find weird. Most of the time they use observers. Got my second starport up. This could be used with one less, or starport less, or factory less, but because I'm not that competent already in my micro management, I like to be able to pump out with tanks or medifacts a little bit faster. It's just a very boring minute to watch as I'm getting my army, pumping it out, getting the final pieces ready, building some tanks.
Upgrade complete.
Which we really do need this kind of push. Just the Marines are okay, but they need their tank support for the bigger guns, the bigger enemies, like Immortals and just groups of enemies. Siege him up. Gonna pick him up with my medivac. Something as a starting Terran you really need to get used to. It helps very much. Being able to micro your tanks around is a real lifesaver. Not B, which would make sense, but whatever.
Upgrade complete.
Getting out some more medifacts, some more sustain. We've got a next tank. Also start building my third and moved out across the map. As you can see right here, they do not have combat shield because I simply forgot it. One of the mistakes I made, but it's not too bad. Although it would have really helped out in this fight. As you see, it goes rather forward. The idea is pretty good. Then I think, well, I need to remove my tanks. And if I did this better, it would have won already. Well, already around 10 minutes.
Mineral field depleted.
Wait a second. Pick him up. Want to move out. During this I am macroing on the other side of the map. I dropped down my tanks way too late and almost all my marines are in that storm. So they just get fucked and I need to try to escape. Doesn't work, and this is why I really needed the starports and factories.
Mineral field depleted.
Although Although I lost quite a lot of units, resources behind, resources lost, I'm very behind. My income has been a lot more for so long now. Doesn't really matter, and I've got a production. He doesn't, as we can see now on his mineral grounds. With just 4 gateways, it's not fast enough. It just isn't. Especially now I've got my third. 500-600 minerals ahead per minute, I think. Because I am playing Protoss, I plan down every base to missile turrets. In case of Dark Templar or sentries or other flying units, they can really hurt and mess up your mineral line more than Zerg can. Well, with things that missile towers don't really help with. Pick my tanks up again and I'll move out in just a second. I've got a nice amount of medifacts tanks now, which really helps. Having a lot of tanks is just the best with this kind of play. I have been focusing a lot more on my upgrades. Really helps. Now I've got a good idea, but I make a mistake. I think I'll split up my units around the tanks. So that the tanks will pull their aggro. And then move them off the side. But it doesn't work like that. I was hoping to escape storms, but it did not work out. As you can see, resources lost, but we made up quite a bit, so it wasn't that bad a loss. I did see he's got his natural, which is great. I even think I've scouted for it, or I will do, which is great. So we know where the next target is. Right here. In a minute or so, we've got some workers and other stuff around it. Just by thinking and having an appropriate playstyle against my enemy, it's really the way to win your matches. If you're struggling, just try to relax, think, what am I doing, what did I see, what kind of units does he have. I see a lot of Stalkers. Stalkers are great, especially when they're clumped up. It's just a few tank shots and they're gone. Look there, I scouted it, I scouted there as well, so I know exactly where his expansion will be. I move out. I lose 3 tanks, which isn't too bad, but it does delay my push. I am pretty certain that my army is bigger, because I knew got a lot more income. Like a lot more, got almost 4,000, 3,500. He doesn't. Got probably 2 mining bases left. His main's mined out long ago. This is mine. Because I don't have any medipacks, I couldn't throw down my tanks, so it did take a little bit longer to siege them, but it's not a problem, because he pulled back his army, and mine was superior anyway. I kill his third nexus, and it's around this point, should have known, I've lost. We got almost no income left, just 1 almost mined out mining base. And I've got 4, well, 3 still mining. And re-engage again. I'm using Liberators later in the game to tackle the heavier units. Okay, he doesn't really have, but it does help. And he knows I've lost. Just by looking, thinking, I've really been able to win this match. While I did make some very big mistakes, which he didn't use my mistakes and I did use his. That's why I won, and that's the lesson I wanted to learn today. Well, have a good day. I hope I see you next time on the Fancy Squad. Peace out.